Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle here. We are hanging out on top of the castle in the WaffleMods world, and today we have a little bit of projects that we need to take care of from last episode. A little bit? A few? One of those. We need to make a tesseract so that we can take energy out to the mining world a little bit more effectively, and we're going to need at least two of those. One to take the power from down here, and let me turn the weather sounds down a little bit. One to take the power from out here, and one to take the power in the mining world as well. So, in order to do that, we need a couple of things. Let's look at tesseracts patterns here. So in order to make a tesseract, we have to make a tesseract frame, and this requires some hardened limium glass, hardened glass, or fused quartz, which we actually have some of, some inderium ingots that we made a bunch of in the last episode, and a diamond. So we should be able to make one of those and two of those. Excellent. And then we need to fill these, and that requires 1,000 millibuckets of resonant ender, and we can get 4,000 millibuckets of that by burning a single ender lily seed. So let's look for one of those. So let's get one of those and throw that into our magma crucible, and that's going to take some energy, but it's going to make us a great amount of fluid. And then we're going to need to make a fluid transposer to get that back into the tesseract frames. So that's not going to be a big deal. Fluid transposer. We don't have to make it with, there we go, with the resonant. We can make it with the basic ones, and we still need a tin gear for that. And let's see if we can get that basic one to cycle back around again. Come on. I guess I should just search for it, but this is usually easier. There we go. Basic, and then let's get the rest of that going, which we need copper gears for. Let's get two of those. And a redstone reception coil. No problem there. Let's get that. Basic fluid transposer. We don't need resonant. That's fine. We can do all sorts of stuff later. I don't like where this charger is. I really would prefer to have it right next to the magma crucible. That'll make it easier to move that stuff about. So I'm going to put the charge pad somewhere else here in a few minutes. Let's put the fluid transposer here. And that means that's going to come out of the right-hand side, and we're going to want to make this come in from the left-hand side. There we go. And let's throw a tesseract frame in here. And that should fill up. Excellent. So let's go another one in there. We should get two tesseract frames filled from this, and we'll have a couple of millibuckets left over. I'm sorry, a couple of buckets worth left over. So we're just going to grab two of those, and we'll capture it out of here when we're done. So let's make sure this is working. It's looking pretty good so far. There we go. There's one. Yep. Okay, that's going to be great. So let's fill these up. And then what do we have to do with these? We have to surround them with bronze and silver. So that's really not going to be a problem at all. So we're just going to drop those two buckets in there when we're done. Take that out, and we should be able to get one and two buckets of resonant ender. Perfect. So let's throw those in the network, and tesseract one and two of those. Brilliant. Okay, so now what we can do is we can pop downstairs, and we can take out this block. There we go, and we can put in a tesseract here instead. And that we're going to set to channel 11. Sure, let's call it 11. And that's going to be power in. Well, let's just call it power for now. And my cats are meowing again. Sorry about that. We want nothing here but power. And we're going to say energy mode receive only. So power only comes in from here. Actually, let's do it send and receive. And that way power can come in and out of that. And we can still power the rest of our network. Send and receive. Why is that not working? Oh, that's weird. It didn't save the channel. Okay. Power, add, set frequency, power. Why are you not working? That should be able, oops, that should be able to connect to this energy acceptor without any trouble now. I'm obviously doing something wrong. Energy mode send and receive, so it should be getting power into there. This should be getting power in from there. I thought energy acceptors could connect directly to tesseracts. Maybe they can't. Maybe we're going to have to make some power cabling for that, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Let's move this guy too. All right. And it's kind of hard to see when everything's packed in like this, but I guess what we can do is we can just move this energy acceptor. Well, no, we really can't move the energy acceptor very far. We could potentially move it down one. Yeah, I think we can do that. So if we put it down here, and then we can't get any of our stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. That ought to work. So we'll have it pull power in from the top and out through the bottom. There we go. So this is just buffering up our network now. That is strange. I could have sworn that these things connected directly to energy acceptors in the past. But that'll work. We've got plenty of these batteries in the short term. We need to put a charge pad in somewhere. Let's go ahead and throw that. Can we stick it right on top of it? That's not the direction it should be facing. Can we stick that on top of here? There it goes. Do we have to jump to charge things here? That one should not be full yet. Strange. This Tesseract can't connect to anything in this mod pack. And I don't know what happened. I think I turned off way less. So let me look and see about that. And I'm going to test a couple of things, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright, I think I've sorted this all out, so let's go back down here. I've got a resonant flux duct, which seems to be taking lots of power in from here. That's going into a hardened flux duct just because we don't need to pull all that power into the AE network right now. We can always replace that later. We do have 5 more of these. That's keeping everything powered. We're full up here, but we've got hardened flux ducts back there. And I'm going to find out if this Tesseract is working at all. It's now set in energy mode receive only, so power should be going into this one from here through this cable. And thermodynamics should talk to the Tesseract, should not be a problem. So we're going to head over to the mining world, and actually after we sleep, and then we will, actually there's no reason to sleep, we're going to go to the mining world, it's always day. Head over there, take a look, and see what's going on. Alright, so here we are at the quarry. We had our cells that we were taking back the charge we dropped off earlier. Let's put the Tesseract right back here. We're going to set this to the power channel. And we're going to turn off any kind of items or whatever and just say energy mode is send only. And that should be able to take a power from there and go into the quarry. It is. But it only seems to be taking it from the solar panel, which is pulling 50 RF a tick. You can see it's only working on solar. It's definitely not pulling anything from the Tesseract. Very strange. It's like Tesseracts are just broken. Let's try ignoring that. It's still only working off the solar panel, so Tesseracts simply don't work. What's going on? Energy mode send only. Let's turn this to send receive just to be safe. We'll go back through, we'll turn the other one to send receive. Maybe they've changed the way that Tesseracts work, or I'm misremembering it. That's certainly possible. So we're going to go back down here and turn this one to send receive. So this is on the same channel, frequency 11, which is set to power. No redstone control needed. And then if we go back through here, okay, now it's working just fine. So maybe they just both have to be on send receive. That's a little bit strange to me, but okay, they're working. And this is just a little extra now. We don't really need that at all. In fact, let's just go ahead and carefully try to pop these off here, and we're going to lose some of them down there. Okay. Great. So I will have to find a way to get down there and get these without dying, which probably just is going to involve digging straight down here, and then I'll tunnel back up when I'm done. But I'm going to grab those other 5 that I dropped, and we'll get a little bit of marble and things on the way. Some of the stuff in the walls, that's fine. But the important thing is now our quarry can run on Tesseract power, and that's going to make that thing go way faster. So this took a little while to clear out this one. We started up the second one, and we're not very deep yet. Wanted to make sure that we could do these kind of in the background and just use up the reactor. Let's grab some Thaumcraft shards here while we're at it. There we go. Wanted to make sure we could do these quarries in the background while we're doing other things. There's an abandoned mine shaft in the mining world. That's interesting too. Shouldn't be a problem though. I think we're going to be good to go. So like I said, I'm going to go grab those solar panels, then I'm going to dig back up to the surface, and I will see you guys back at the base. Alright, we are back. We've slipped to make it daytime. We're going to close that door. We'll drop down here, and we can see, if we look in our bag, that things are going well. We've got a bunch of cobble coming in, so the quarry is definitely operating at normal speed here. And the next thing we want to do is think about starting up some mob farms. Now, I know I mentioned in a previous episode that we want to get some Soul Stealer on here, and then kill a bunch of Endermen and make an Enderman farm, because we're going to need a lot of resin and Ender to do some of our stuff and things that we want to do. Thanks, Slipgator. Now I'm saying it. The other thing we could do is we could make this reactor quite a bit more efficient. Ooh, that is draining quite fast. by replacing this redstone with the resonant ender, and that's a pain to place, but it's probably worth it. Let's pull this back a couple, see if 60% is going to be good. Are we actually going to be building up? Nope, we're still taking it as fast as we can out of here. So let's, we need to give that a second to make sure the core heat stabilizes. Yeah, so we need to crank this up a little bit more, and that's going to cost us a lot more fuel, so we're going to need to be able to cool this with something a little bit better to run those test rack quarries. Still going up in heat. We're generating more and more partic until that pauses. No, we're still draining very, very rapidly. And that's going to shut down all of our networks and everything else. Let's just take it all the way back up and see if we can do it at 0%. Go to the full extreme here. So we're generating how much per tick now? Wait for that to stabilize. 1.18. And now we're actually gaining a little bit. Okay, so we'll play around with this a little bit. For now, what I wanted to do is get as close to 0 as I can without really going over. Can I reach that from here? Not quite. Whoops. Well, we'll take that cyanide out of here in just a minute. Okay, that's actually I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me just search for something else here. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing will match. Okay. So now you can see that that's going to be wavering. It's dropping a little bit, going back up, dropping a little bit, going back up. So I think that's pretty good for now. We'll take our cyanide ingots out. 57 still good on the yellorium. And then we're going to go work on setting up some Enderman kills. So what do we need to do for that? Well, we could get a Book of Soul Stealer, but that means we're going to need an enchant. And an enchanting table. Let's see. Enchant. Let's look at that. Where is our advanced enchantment table? So that requires a regular enchantment table, Eyes of Ender, gold, book, and quill, which we have almost none of that middle stuff. Enchantment table, can we do that? We can. And let's see. Oop. And actually what we should be doing is table upgrade, which is everything but the enchantment table that I just made. So that we need a book and quill for, and I'll just keep this for later. We need a book and quill. That's pretty straightforward. Do we not have any ink or black dye of any kind? Do we have some black flowers? We don't. All right, so we'll work on that. We need an Eye of Ender as well, it looked like. So let's go throw those in there and some blaze powder and get one of those eyes. And then let's see if we can see some squids out here. Shouldn't be too hard to find these. But maybe it would be. And also, black flowers from Botania would work as well. So I think that once we get those, we can get a mortar and pestle and grind those into floral dye. And that should work as well, I think. No squids around here in the short area. So let's just get on a boat real quick. And I'm going to sail around a little bit, see if I can find some squid. And when I get some ink, I'll be right back. Alright, so we have found some squid out here. I shot my boat with an arrow trying to shoot these squid, but that's going to be okay. What I really want to do is see if I can kill them over a little shallower area, like maybe this guy would be alright. I don't need much ink for now, and we can always work on getting those flower petals later. Hey, don't swim back over the deep part. Come back over here. Alright, I'm going to get a breath here at the surface before I dive down to get that ink. Hopefully this will be alright. I might take a little damage on the way up, but as long as I don't drown, it should be fine. I'm a little nervous because I'm going to be a little less than halfway on breath by the time I hit the bottom. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take some damage, but I shouldn't die. And if I do, I know right where my body is. Let's make sure we're taking some regen as we're taking damage as well. Oof, that was close. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's see, where are our boats? One of those. And pop up in this guy, and we will head back to the castle. So yeah, we're only a couple 100 meters away. 3 ink is plenty for now, and we will make those books. We'll get the advanced enchanting table set up, and then we'll find out how many levels we need to get Soul Stealer 5 on this sword. So let's see. Actually, I'm not going to bother doing a cut here. We're close enough. It's worth it just a little run back to town, and we might actually consider putting in a back gate in here, because we do have a lot of stuff out this way. You can see we've got a walled town with a dungeon over there. We've got a mineshaft ravine, end portal. So we probably do need to consider putting an entrance maybe right in this wall. Right here would be a decent gate. Let's see. Pop. Oh, hey. I said pop. There we go. That's generally a safe way to break the boats. It doesn't go shooting off in a random direction. And this is going to be, I think, pretty well. So we'll just put a small... Oh, that's where I had my ladder. Okay, that's all right. I can move the ladder. We'll just put a small back door here. And we're going to need to move the ladder around a little bit, which means we're going to need to move some planks around a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw that over here instead. And then put the planks back here. And we'll put the ladders over here. And same thing on this side, we'll need to break that. And break that guy. Put the ladders up there. Put the pine wood slab there. And now we've got our ladder moved over just a little bit so we can still get up to the top. And everything should be happy now. Alright, so we are going to need to put in, let's see, we'll use our cobblestone, which we already have here. And then one here. We're going to want to put a couple of torches on the outside just so we can easily spot this from a distance. And I think we're going to want one more of those so the door is only too tall. And then we need to go actually make a door. So let's, hey, deer. Neat. I would have thought they would drop, there we go, at least hide. And too bad they don't drop venison too, but we're getting some fur. That's interesting, you'd think they drop hides. But it's working, that's good. We got a lot of birds out here. So this little green area is spawning some passive creatures pretty nicely. Happy with that. We want to make some more carpenter's doors, I think, and we're going to want a couple more of those fancy blocks. So let's close this door. Carpenter, oh, we don't have any more carpenter's blocks. Okay, carpenter's blocks. Plenty of those. And carpenter's door. One of those. Let's throw that stuff in there. Throw the ink sac in there, and we want some of that fancy cobble. 1, 2, and we are going to want our carpenter's hammer so we can, I'm not sure if that's the default door appearance or not over there. So let's grab this stuff. We'll stick this in that back exit to the castle. Okay, I guess that bee's not going to be aggressive. I don't think they usually are. I wonder if the birds go after the maggots. That'd be interesting. I think they would. Alright, and then over here we're going to pop this door down. Yeah, that is the default appearance, so we didn't really need the hammer, and we're good to go. I just want to make sure that that makes it a little bit easier to get back here in the future. So let's drop this guy off. He'll go right in the network, and we'll sprint back over here to our main room. So now that we have that ink, we should be able to make everything we need to for the advanced enchanting table upgrade, which is over here. Enchanting table upgrade. Oh, we still need to make that book and quill, actually. What did I miss? There it is. Book and quill. Perfect. Enchanting table upgrade. Awesome. And we don't have any more books, do we? I have not found any more books yet. Do we have any more paper? We have a little bit. And do we have any more leather? We have a little bit of that. But I don't think it's going to be enough to make any more bookshelves. 2 more. How much paper do we have? 7. And how much sugar cane do we have? Ugh, not much. Let's go ahead and plant that. We don't want to use it all up without having a renewable source. So for now, I'm just going to stick that around the edges here. That's fine. This is a really bad sugarcane farm, but it's going to make us some paper in the long run. And do we have... We only have 2 books. All right, well, that's all right. We probably won't be able to get Soul Stealer 5 without more bookshelves. Well, let's plop that on here. Shift plop? There we go. Shift plop. That's the technical term for it. And put this in here, and let's see what we can do. What we need for Soul Stealer 5. Perfect. We actually had enough levels. It only took 9. So what else can we put on here? We could get looting, which would give us more pearls. That's probably not going to be necessary in the long run, but it wouldn't hurt. Let's put unbreaking on it. Do we have enough for that? Fantastic. And then what about sharpness? Not enough levels. For any... Well, that's weird. Is it levels? Oh, sharpness 3 requires 8 levels. And sharpness 2 also requires 8 levels. Enchanting cost 1. That's strange. Is that right? Okay, sharpness 2. Let's go with that. That's pretty good. I'm not going to bother doing a bow just yet, but that is going to let us get all of the souls that we need. So now we need to make a soul gem. Let's see, it's nighttime, so let's go ahead and sleep. We're going to need to make a soul gem or soul shard, and then take that into the end and set up a little platform to start killing Endermen until we get a tier 5 shard. So soul shard, we would need a diamond. Good, we got a bunch of those. And then we need endstone and netherrack. So there's some endstone and some netherrack. And did we ever set one of I think we had one of these set up at one point, but I don't think we've replaced it over here yet. It doesn't look like we have. Okay, so we need to find a place to put this thing. We probably need to start building some other rooms around here. Just so that it makes more sense. Probably turn some of these little wide open spaces into different rooms and chambers for magic and whatnot. I don't want everything to be super far from the main keep, but we are going to use some of this other space. So this is the nether portal. This is a good sized room. Maybe we can do it right over here. I really wish you could set these up vertically, but I don't think you can. And I believe that it's end stone on the outside? Is it end stone on the outside? Somebody's going to correct me when I'm wrong on this. But let's try this. I think... Wait, is that going to be right? So we want netherrack in a plus shape. And then we're going to want end stone all around that. That's right. And then I need glowstone in the middle, and I didn't bring any glowstone. So when I get the glowstone, I put the glowstone in here, whack it with the diamond, and I should be good to go. I definitely need to look into making one of those wireless AE terminals so I can reach it from other parts of the base, especially as I'm spreading things out like this. And we do have the power for it now. But I'm going to wait until I get that reactor upgraded with Resonant Ender before I bother with that, because we'll probably have to put more power into the AE network to make that efficient. So glowstone, ooh, we don't have much. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's plenty to make the one glowstone we need for now. And let's just run and jump back over here. Sprint jumping is dizzying to watch, I know, but it is a little bit faster. So all the way back over this side. Whoop, hey, yeah, I look like a rabbit. Okay, so that glowstone, and if I did this right, when we whack this with a diamond, perfect, we have a soul shard. It's unbound, so we have to be real careful we don't hit anything other than Enderman until we get there. And this is where actually having a different kind of bag would be useful, because if it's in like a bag of holding or something like that, then you can't accidentally use it. It won't trigger. So let's look at doing that real quick too, because I'd hate to go through all this trouble, get all the way over there, and forget and kill, like, I don't know, a skeleton or something. So let's see. We need a backpack, as I think the better backpacks are going to be the way to go. Backpack. What is it called? Better bag? Better. That's better barrel. Better chests. Adjustable bag, that's what it's called. So we need an adjustable chest for that. Should be no problem. An adjustable bag. We don't have any leather. Okay, so what about a golden bag of holding then? It's another option. They're a little bit more expensive, but I might actually have the materials for that. So we've still got the chest, we got the gold. Do we have wool? Oh, what am I missing? Oh, block of gold. Okay, we should be able to do that. Block of gold. Golden bag of holding. There we go. That'll work. That'll work for now. And I think that just used up all of our wool. So let's stick this guy in here. And we're going to go ahead and throw a few other things in there as well that we don't need on us all the time. Don't need the boats all the time. And we can throw that stuff back on the network now. We knew we built it right. What else do we need from time to time? Probably a wrench. Might need that. Carpenter's hammer. Those kind of tools we can throw in the golden bag of holding now. Yeah, that ought to do it. That should be okay for right now. So let's throw those in the bag of holding. And we're going to need some blocks as well when we get over there. Obviously, we can use cobblestone because we have, 102,000 already, so that's going to be pretty awesome. And this is a single-player world, so it actually doesn't even run all the time. It only runs generally when I'm recording or playing around with it. We do have a bunch of ores you can see from our different quarries that are running. We're not getting these at a tremendously quick rate, but it's enough that we should probably think about smelting these up in the smeltery at some point, especially the yellowite, so we can double that into yellorium. But I think we'll do that when we start to run low. Okay, so our osmium paxel is looking a little bit ragged. I wonder if we're going to have enough levels to repair it if I try to do that with the anvil. Let's see how much it would be. If I throw that in there, and these 16 levels to repair it. Yikes. And that's only efficiency 1. It might actually be better to make just an osmium... What other paxels do we have? Maybe we can make an even better one. Can we make a diamond paxel? We probably can. 1561 versus 3,000 hit points. Wow, obsidian is just flat out better. Oh, obsidian, right. That's not as... It's way better than osmium, though. Steel would be fantastic. I don't have steel. And obsidian requires the special refined obsidian for mechanism. So let's see. What do we have of these? Any diamond tools? We don't. So let's see if we can do this. Diamond axe. And a diamond pick. And a diamond shovel. And that should give us the diamond paxel. Oh, we're out of sticks, ironically. I don't know why that's ironic. That's not. I shouldn't have said that. Always gets on my nerves when people misuse words like that. So let's see. There's sticks. Oh, yeah, 64 sticks. That's great. Paxel. There we go. We're going to throw that guy in there for now. That should be plenty. Let's go ahead and make a better bow, or just combine these two even. That's going to do it for right now, I think. Do we have any? We don't have any more arrows. Okay, so that's going to do it. I think we're okay on time. Let's take a peek at the sun. Right about noon. So I'm going to take the boat through the back exit out over to the end portal, drop down in there, and I will catch you guys on the other side here in just a little bit. Alright, so first things first, let's clear these death markers that we have from before. We don't really need those anymore. And it's going to be pretty easy to find that portal when we're up top. That's right near the center of the island. So what we want to do is just get a little platform that's 2 blocks tall, I mean. And then we're going to tick off some Endermen and hide under that platform where they can't reach us. And that's going to make it really safe for us to do this. So we're just going to make this thing, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks deep. Let's call it 4, and then let's just come out 1 on either side. And 1 over here. And then we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get our bag of holding. Get our unbound soul shard. And we're going to see if we can aggravate this guy. Hey, I'm looking at you. And we have 11 kills. So this is not going to take long. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, that's still pretty loud, actually. I'm going to turn my sound down, but at 22, 11 for every kill with Soul Stealer 5, I'll be back when I have a shard just about filled up. Okay, so I found out there's one flaw in my plan here, which is that this sword is actually going to run out of power well before we get there. So we only have 4,000, almost 5,000 RF left out of 100,000, and we have 308 kills, which isn't bad. But I do want to get this up to at least a tier 4. So I'm going to head out of here, and we'll go back. Oh, that's the way up. We'll recharge this at our redstone energy charger pad thing, whatever it is, and then we'll come back here and finish the job to get that tier 5 spawner. Now, tier 4, I believe, is 512, and at 11 each, that's 200, it's really only about 20 more Enderman kills. But to get the next one is 1,024, and that is about another 120 Enderman kills from where we are. So we probably won't go for a tier 5 just yet, but tier 4 should be fine. Tier 4 will let us do almost everything we need to do. The important things are they can spawn out of dimension, which isn't a big deal for Enderman, but we can also redstone control it. So let's go ahead and throw the Enderman head in there, cobblestone, ender pearls, and head back out to the end. So just wanted to let you know that if you're trying to do this on your own, there is going to be one little tough bit, which is that, and especially because it's 1,000 meters that way, you do have to go back and recharge the sword from time to time. So with that out of the way, I'll go ahead and finish this off, and I will show you when we're set up in the next room. Alright, and if I've done my math correctly, then I think I'll only need 1 or 2 more of these guys. And then we should be done with our crystal charging. So let's see. I think that should be it. So we do 528, we do have a tier 4 soul shard. Perfect. So let's go ahead and throw these things in there, Enderman Soul Aspect. And yeah, let's keep that on our inventory but out of here. And we'll run up and do the last couple of things. Now, I was thinking earlier in the episode that I might be able to use the skeleton spawner trap that we have set up, but that's not going to work because it uses conveyor belts and iron spikes. And the Endermen, when they hit those iron spikes, I'm pretty sure they're going to teleport out of there. And with a tier 4 spawner, that's going to send a whole bunch of angry Endermen all around our base, and we definitely don't want that. So one thing that would be very effective is a quarry trap, basically a pit trap. And I think we can get away with just using the chunk loader and the existing quarry that we have to collect things. So we're going to need a couple more pieces for this. We're going to need a soul cage, and that is made with iron bars, which we actually have enough of. Perfect. And then we had exactly enough. We're going to want a redstone, let's see, lever, and if we can use a wireless lever, that'd be great, which we need a regular lever, and we need a block of redstone, it looks like. Let's get one of those, wireless lever, great. And that's going to let us turn this on and off remotely. And then all we need to do is have an item collector. There it is, advanced item collector, which needs a regular item collector. What did we miss? Which needs an obsidian stick. Okay, perfect. Item collector. And I think that's probably going to be sufficient. Now, what we might want to do is make some conveyor belts because we're going to need to give these Endermen a place to spawn. Oh, why not? Let's just do the advanced one. Conveyor belts. These are actually not too bad. See, if I do this... let's just take 32. Actually, it doesn't hurt to have more of these. We'll take a full stack of those. We'll need some kind of basic building block, and you can guess what that's going to be. Just take a couple stacks of those. And that really should be it. So the tier 4 shards should ignore light and everything else. They'll drop onto the cobblestone in the area right around that spawner. We use the conveyors to push them all to the center of that pit, where we will drop them over an advanced item collector that will pick up all of their items and throw them into an ender chest, which we need to make. Oh, we're short on blaze rods and wool. Okay. So I'm going to gather the rest of those materials and set up the trap. We need to go to the nether for blaze rods, and we'll have to find a random sheep for wool. Alright, so you guys can see that this thing is in fact working. Endermen are falling out of this thing and raining down there and dying. But inside of this is a conveyor belt. And again, I wish I had spectator mode so I can fly in there and show you, but this is dangerous. If I build a scaffolding out there, I think they will be able to come back and attack us. But let's give it a shot real quick. We'll see how this goes. Get a little bit of this dirt here. And I think we're going to need, I don't know, 15 or 16 of it to get out there. Maybe a little bit more to go at the diagonal. There is a lever on top, and that's what's powering a sticky piston with a block of redstone to push onto the soul shard. So let's just do this, and hopefully we won't see any spawns, but if we do, we'll know. My original concern was I didn't have any walls on this, and the Endermen, as soon as they spawned when I was testing it, they would teleport out to the side, and then they would wander around out here in the mining world, and that was just adding mobs to a normally mob-free world. Doesn't prevent mob spawners from working. There you can see the lever. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek over this way. I think they might need line of sight to spawn here, but if they do spawn on this dirt and attack me, then I'll be dead here in just a second, and you'll find out. See if I can get that. Okay, great. So you can see down in there, we've got conveyor belts, and they are getting blocked up a little bit. I should have put this a little bit higher. Oh, that's going to tick them off. Yep, he's coming up here. Shouldn't have looked down in there. But if we turn this thing off, and maybe he's going to teleport down in there and fall to his death. I'm not really sure. But if we go in there, we will definitely fall to our deaths. This would definitely be more effective if that soul cage was up a block and then this piston was up one. So once these guys are all cleared out of there, maybe we will try to fix that. But let's check out ender pearls. Okay, you can see we have 138, 139, 140. It's stopping. Why is it stopping? 141. So it's not terribly fast yet. 144. There's a bunch all at once. So it's definitely giving us a steady flow of ender pearls, and that's going to help us make this resonant ender that we need to fill up our reactor down here. So when we put this last block back, there we go. It turned into a reactor again. It's offline, so let's turn that online, and you can see that this is going to spike up the heat quite a bit more, and the reactant rate should go up quite a bit as well. Alright, so we're going to end up with a little bit of a buffer. I could probably tweak that down individual percentages, but this is going to let us draw power when we need it and not worry about this too much. So I think that's going to be it. I know there's more stuff I want to do, but that's all I'm going to have time for today. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. And as always, I've been BrickWaffle. Thank you for watching.